Alright, what's up everyone? This is the start of part 3 for the Cressida build. I actually went through and found a couple more pictures that I didn't know that I still had, so we're going to backtrack a little bit. Here's actually the turbo and the manifold when I first got it. A little beat up, that's why I sent it off to get cleaned, but so there's that. From there, we go over to, let me find one. There is part of the HKS exhaust that ended up being modified to fit the car better. And then more for the exhaust. My fabricator actually took a video on his lift after he got that all done. So we'll go ahead and show that. So full 3-inch all the way back, HKS mufflers. HKS mufflers on it. Let's see, it's just a picture. Yeah, so there's the new fenders. Definitely cleaner. So we went ahead and did that. Put new fenders on it so they weren't all beat up. Pretty much the car is pretty much done from this point. It was mostly just aesthetic stuff. More engine things. Here's how it was running on those 550s, which wasn't bad. It wasn't running, terribly. But yeah. So got a couple things. There's those. Just gonna start going through. See what you guys can hear from this. That's with the HKS exhaust, which, in my opinion, is perfect for the car. I'm getting a little older. I don't like my cars being ridiculously loud. But I actually have a new center console bezel piece to go right here. I made one out of carbon. I just have to drill the holes for the gauges and mount them. And then from there, we will. Is it? A couple more, I guess, videos of the car. Doing pulls. This is about half throttle, going up a hill too, so it looks slow, but the car sounds pretty damn good, in my opinion. So there's all that. The new upper pipe that was made definitely cleans it up from, I believe I do have a picture of my makeshift pipe from above. Yeah, right there. So went from that to that nice, from this weird crossover pipe that uses a stock 5M pipe. So I have all that. Went from that to this. Definitely cleans it up a little more, a little better. Oh, another thing I did get for the car. So this is actually an Amazon like off-brand cube short shifter, but it works. It works. I don't have any issues with it. From there, so we did end up getting the livery after we got it painted white. So there's that. My buddy Alex and Jerry, they're the ones who wrapped it and helped me put it on the car. Let's continue scrolling. Let's see what else I can find in here. That's without the exhaust. I don't know if I have a video of flipping it, but so pretty much from there, this is where it gets a little kind of weird. So got it running, got it done before we wrapped it. This is the first drive. So trying to figure out, like, it wasn't running right. We threw a little bit too much timing at it to try and get it to work with the 550cc injectors and adjusting the map. Do not do that. Just leave it on stock injectors until you can get it tuned. But so in this, on the first drive, the car blew a head gasket, blew the cylinder, pretty much blowing the cylinder 6 fire ring just right out. It also, we're not sure yet if my old turbo was just bad when I got it, but it ended up blowing and mixing oil and coolant, I believe. It honestly actually could still be good as soon as I found out that that was done. So ended up doing a head gasket, getting it all done, which then brings us to the process to wrap the car. So went ahead, mocked it up. Oh, that's another part that I got that I don't really have too many pictures of, but I did end up getting a turbo blanket. This one's from Amazon, but it works fine. It's for a T4. But yeah, so started the process to wrap the car. Got that. We'll just scroll through these. The thing that was not the best when we decided to wrap it was still a little bit cold outside, so the vinyl didn't want to stick, which we ended up fixing. But yeah, so I don't have. I have more pictures. This part 3 might be a little bit short. It's another picture of the livery rolled out from that side. I think it turned out really good. Livery Delivery actually hand drew the character. He didn't like find a picture online and then put it onto the design. He hand drew it, which is Mai Sakurajima from Rascal Does Not Dream of Bunny Girl Senpai. So there's that. Here's a picture of that carbon delete panel. I made this in class, so it's not the best. It was one of the first things that I was making from scratch, and it didn't help that it had just so many weird angles and all that. Continuing to look through, we'll get on to, I guess, where the car is now. But yeah, so I've pretty much drive it just about every weekend, which, I mean, it's still not terrible on gas, but with gas prices right now, it's not the best to try and drive this every day. And it's still lowered, so just lower it on coilovers. It's not the best. But so there's that. Oh, here's a picture. So all the logos did end up going chrome instead of the white, so we have chrome logos on it. Whereas before you saw they were, in this picture, they were white. Just the chrome pops a little better. I don't know what other pictures I can show to talk about. Just gonna keep scrolling. Car has been to a couple shows and meets already, which is pretty cool. I did bring it out to Springfest, and everyone loved the car. I actually am trying to get this done so that I can make a couple more events towards the end of summer, and then kind of just let it chill, leave it how it is. There's just a roller. It looks good rolling. Just this car is, it's really fun. It's like, I couldn't have asked for a better build. At this point, I would actually say that my 1986 MX-73 Cressida is my dream car. I mean, from the video, like the inside videos and just the way the exhaust sounds, it just sounds great. It's not too loud. You know, I'm not hating my life driving the car as much as I did before. But so there's, you know, well, probably more than likely, which I'm not too big of a fan of, but once the Corolla goes away and hopefully the MR2 sells, I'll just be down to the Cressida, which means I'll be driving it every day. Yeah, here's a picture with a couple of the guys. There's Eli and his 240, Isaiah and his S14. Isaiah actually has his own YouTube channel if you guys want to go check him out. It's IRC Drift. He has a whole build series. He covered more in him putting his 240 together than I did with the Cressida, but he's got, yeah, his videos are pretty good. And then if you're into fitness or working out, he's also a good channel to watch. From there, I did bring it to Import Fest at Griot's Garage, so there's that with my buddy's STI. Continuing to go, another picture with the two S chassis. It's funny how my car stands out so much, being not only just being the brighter color, but having the livery and all that. Picture with Ramsey's A86. So, yeah, the car's actually been. There are a couple little things that I want to fix that we'll get to and address going down the line, or as we go, and I make money to afford these things. Oh, there's the video of that's how quiet the car is from the outside. So, yeah, there's that. Not really sure what else to show you guys. The build was pretty simple. Mostly what I used was just, it was a lot of OEM stuff, so I was able to keep it pretty cheap. A factory turbo, factory manifold that bolted on. I wasn't spending too much on fabrication. I just got a CX Racing intercooler kit, because an intercooler is an intercooler. What else? Most of it was Toyota parts. I mean, my tie rods were Toyota. The power steering pump is Toyota. Pistons are stock. Rods were fairly cheap. What else is... I feel like I've pretty much covered everything that went into this build. Yeah, there's the crank, so it is a 6M crank. I got a lot of hookups from friends, just hooking me up on parts, making trades, which is the way I like to do it. Just, get things, help people out so, you can get what you want or whatever. The car did have an LSD, which I'm now swapping back to the welded. What other little things have... Yeah, I mean, everything across the car, like you look at how much I've spent for, it's on coilovers, has new subframe bushings, modded knuckles and lower control arms up front, random intercooler that I got, an oil cooler that I got for free, pretty cheap turb, like pretty much for how much I paid for to build and have that engine machined with all the parts into it. It's about the same price as a stock 1J. And I've been told, because of how much boost the car is running, that it should be making just over 300 at the wheels, which is awesome when you think about it, that I've spent about the same as it would cost to swap a 1J into this car. Actually, not even swap, just to buy the 1J. I can, I have a car that makes more power than a 1J right out of the box, and I didn't have to buy any swap parts, nothing. I didn't have to modify my transmission, which was pretty cool. So I have a decently set up car now for, relatively cheap. Go through and see if there's anything else I can show. But yeah, if you want me to go into like finer details on things, either message me on Instagram or leave a comment down below. And if I get enough questions about it, I'll go ahead and make a part 4 to this, or just another video, talking about what people have questions on and the little things. But yeah, that's about it. I don't know what else I could talk about with this. It was a pretty straightforward build. It was just figuring out the little things. So, yeah, if you guys you guys like the videos that I've been putting out, go ahead and leave a like or a comment. Just let me know if there's anything you guys want me to change or do better at. DM me on Instagram or comment on the videos. I'll try to make the changes to make the videos a little bit more interesting. I know so far there hasn't been a lot because we're just I don't know what to film. There isn't much to do on the cars. I'm waiting on shipping. I'm waiting on parts. Work is kind of kicking my ass. So, but with that, I'm gonna go ahead and close out this video, and I'll see you guys in the next video that I make or whatever